K0TR. Please stand by while I set up the repeater for net mode.
PL off.
The Denver Radio Club net will begin at 8:30. This is K0TR. QSD from the Denver Radio Club. Welcome to the Denver Radio Club net, being held on repeater W0TX. This is a meeting held on the air every Sunday evening at about 8:30 p.m. Good evening. My name is Jim. My call sign is Kilo Zero, Tango Oscar Romeo. I'll be your net control station transmitting from Littleton, Colorado. If there's any emergency or priority traffic during this net, say break at any pause, and the net will be suspended until the emergency or priority traffic is completed. This net is for Denver Radio Club members and all interested radio amateurs. We're here to share information concerning any ham-related activities. Regular meetings of the Denver Radio Club are held on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. And again, with the COVID-19 restrictions, we have virtual meetings, and we conduct those with Google Meets. If you're interested in joining our club meeting, the virtual club meeting, you can get the address for that website on our club website, www.W0TX.org, or if you're on a mail list, you'll get an email with that information on it. Our next meeting will be on May the 19th. An Elmer session is held at 6 p.m. just prior to our monthly meeting. This session addresses any amateur radio questions that you might have. So whether you're new to amateur radio or interested in some new application of amateur radio, this is a session where you can get help. Also, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., except the third Wednesday when our monthly meeting is held, there's a learning net held on 145.490 megahertz and 448.625 megahertz. This is another area where you can find answers for your amateur radio-related questions. As a General Interest Club, we provide emergency communication for the Salvation Army, the City of Wheat Ridge Police Department, City of Lakewood Police Department, West Metro Fire District, and St. Anthony's West Hospital. We're always looking for members who would like to participate in this support. Please contact our club president if you'd like to help. Our current president is Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV. Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club website address is www.w0tx.org. Again, Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club also participates in the ARL Volunteer Examiner Program. Again, with the COVID restrictions, we have to find areas that we have plenty of space where we can actually get those taken exams, enough space, separation. So we don't hold our VE tests as often as we'd like to. But we identify when we're going to have upcoming testing here on this net and also on our website. But should you have some additional questions or need some information as far as when tests might be held, you can certainly contact our VE team lead, Tom Koszowski, KC2CAG, and Tom's phone number is 720-284-1911. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K02R serving as net control. Are there any special announcements or bulletins for the net this evening? If so, please call now. Before regular check-ins, I'd like to welcome and invite any visiting radio amateurs to check into the Denver Radio Club net this evening. During this net, we disable the requirement for the 100 Hz PO repeater access tone. So you can use either 145.490 MHz with a minus 600 kHz offset, or 448.625 MHz with a minus 5 MHz offset. Are there any visiting radio amateurs who would like to check in to the Denver Radio Club net tonight? If so, please call now. Next, I'd like to welcome and invite any newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs to check in. Please call now.
K0STR.
I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. K0STR. Could I get a name, please?
Sure thing. It's Russell, and I'm up here in Arvada.
All right, welcome to the net, Russell. Glad to have you join us. And did you recently upgrade?
Not yet. I'm getting ready to go with my general. I'm studying for it right now. But I've only been licensed about a month, so I'm still wandering around through all the information and everything. I'm learning a lot, but then I get confused a lot, too.
Well, don't feel bad, Russell. There is a tremendous amount of information out there, so it just comes in waves. You just try to pick yourself up each time and go at it again. But one thing about this hobby is we've all been there, and many of us have been doing the same thing for many years, and we still got things to learn. So, and I'm one of those. But if we can help anyway, please call on us. If one of us here in the club can't answer your questions, we'll certainly try and find somebody that can. So we have a real great depth of experience and knowledge and such. So please feel free to call on any one of us ask us any questions and such, because we might learn something at the same time, so never can tell. But welcome to the hobby. Hope you enjoy it, and there's much to do, so I don't think you should run out of challenges or areas that might interest you. So how did you happen to find us?
Thank you, sir. I'm going to sit back and listen now to all the information I can get on tonight's web, and just sit back and listen and let it flow in.
Well, very good. And like I say, if we can help, please call on us and enjoy us. We certainly invite you to come back any Sunday evening that you can and join us. Also would recommend to you to join our Learning Net, which is held on these same frequencies on Wednesday night, except the third Wednesday when we have our club meeting. So another area where you can get a lot of information as well. So again, welcome to the net, and we're pleased to have you with us. Before I move on, any other newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs that would like to check in, please call now. All right, I'll now take regular check-ins in groups, and please let me know if you have traffic when you check in, and I'll get back to you. First, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin with letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
10 Delta Papa
Hello, Delta 0, Delta Uniform Juliet, Chris in Denver, no traffic.
And 0 ETV, Lance, Aurora, no traffic. N5, November 5, Charlie Mike Kilo, Greg in Denver, no traffic.
Kilo, Foxtrot 0, Alpha,
Delta
Foxtrot,
Bravo,
Quebec,
Sierra,
Troy in Denver,
N0
no traffic.
DBS, Dawn in Green Valley Ranch, no traffic.
Kilo, Foxtrot 0, Echo Lima Juliet, Jack and Golden, no traffic.
W0TX Repeater.
Kilo Sierra 0 Echo KS 0E Alex in Denver.
K0 TWT, Terry, Denver.
And net control, like technology, you're welcome to following check-ins. K0 DPR Paul, KV0 DUJ Chris, N0 ETV Lance, N5 CMK Craig, KF0 AFQ Troy, and I had a double, and I didn't get anything but the name. Don, could you come back with the call sign, please?
November 0 Delta Bravo Sierra, N0 DBS.
N0 DBS Don. Thanks. Both had strong signals. I just could copy one at a time, so I apologize for that. And let's see, the next one, while I was writing, trying to get things down, I'm not sure if I got the call sign right in the name, but what I copied was Kilo Foxtrot 0 Echo Lima Juliet. Ed, did I get that right?
Copy that. Kilo Foxtrot 0 Lima.
All right, I got everything but the name right, I guess, Jack, so thanks for that. Let's see, next I had KF0E Alex and K0TWT Terry. Make second call for radio amateurs. This call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now. And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KC0CZ Bob and K1DBC Daron with traffic. Move on down the alphabet and radio amateurs. This call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now.
KD6 IQW, Mark and Thornton, no traffic, short time.
Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, K6HJV, Tom Arvada, no traffic.
And 0 Golf Whiskey Mike, Leon in Lakewood.
Alpha 0 Juliet Kilo, AA 0 JK, Fred in Arvada. Good evening, no traffic.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. Mark, I got a question. I don't know if I have your call sign right, but Kilo Delta 6 ITW or IQW?
That'd be India Queen Whiskey.
All right, got that. Thank you. And next I had K6HJV Tom and N0GWM Leon and AA0JK Fred. Make second call for radio amateurs. This call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now. W0TV Jerry Westminster.
November 0 Golf Tango Golf, Kurt in Denver.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. W0GV Jerry and N0GTG Kurt. We'll move on down the alphabet and radio amateurs. This call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now.
Kilo 0 Lima Papa, Romeo, Lanier in Inglewood.
Kilo 0, Kilo Papa Sierra, Kevin Lakewood, no traffic.
WT0N, Whiskey, Golf, 0 November, Dave in Lakewood.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. K0LPR Lanier, K0KPS Kevin, and WG0N Dave. Make one my call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin with the letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now.
Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Sierra India, Tom Hyman's Ranch, no traffic.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. KE0OSI Tom. Move on down the alphabet and radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now.
W0TX Repeater.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Sierra Hotel, Romeo, Stanton, Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, Romeo Victor Zulu, John in Lakewood, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood, good evening.
Whiskey 0, Sarah Bravo Sierra, Tony Hudson.
Kilo Bravo 9er, Quebec Delta Golf, KB 9er QDG, Carl, Lakewood, no traffic.
Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. WB2SHR Stan, KE0RVZ John, N0TRP Jim, W0SBS Tony, and KB9er QDG Carl. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now. All right, moving down the alphabet, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
KF0UV, Marshall and Glendale.
Kilo Alpha 0, Victor Bravo Alpha, Curtis in Lakewood, clear.
November 0, X-Ray Romeo X-Ray, Mark in Arvada.
Kilo 0, Yankee Echo Sierra, Ken in Broomfield.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Kilo Victor, Bill in Lakewood.
Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KF0UV Marshall, K80VBA Curtis, N0XRX Mark, K0YES Ken, and KE0YKV Bill. Make one more call for radio amateurs. Whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
Kilo Echo 0 Zulu November Victor. Thornton, Colorado, Lyle.
And Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. Kilo 0 Zulu November Victor, Lyle. And let me open up the entire alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call out.
Correction for my call sign, it was Kilo Echo 0 Zulu November Victor.
Okay, that's what I had. If I misspoke, I'm sorry. But Kilo Echo 0 Zulu November Victor. Thank you. Open up the entire alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
K5DKS Ken in Arvada.
Kilo 0 Mike Kilo Hotel, Keith and Thornton.
And Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KA5DKS Ken and K0MKH Keith. Be a chance for late check-ins a little later in the net. And at this time, I'd like to invite our club president, Jerry Bill Howard, W0TV. Go ahead, Jerry. The net is yours.
All right, Jim. Well, thanks for doing the net. Welcome, everybody. Main thing I guess I got to put out this evening is just our next, our May program, which will be on May 19th. It's on the on the roundtable on our website, but it'll be presented by Bill W60AV on stealth antennas, attic type antennas, and I think you'll find this will be real interesting. So many people are limited nowadays for HF capabilities. Part of Bill's presentation will be a video from John, the W6NBC, who we've had as a presenter before, and he'll talk about his supercoil. So between Bill and John, I think you'll find it very interesting and informative, and I think it'll fit. Probably maybe answer some questions and bring up some ideas for people who are antenna limited. So put that on your calendar for the 19th of May, and I think Drone's got some information, but we're looking at a couple field day sites, so hoping that we can have a in-person field day. So there'll be more on that as it develops. So I think that's all I've got. Thanks everybody for checking in, and back to you, Jim, W0TV.
W0TV, this is K02R. Thanks very much, Jerry. Appreciate that. And K1DBC, Drone, you had traffic. Go ahead, and that is yours. K1DBC, this is K02R. Thanks, Drone. Good news. Look forward to that. So be following how that develops and also. And yes, we'll be talking. Let's see, I don't see anyone else that indicated they had traffic. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K02R, your net control station. Does anyone have any other comments, information, or business for the net? If so, please call now. All right, I do have a brief announcement here that just a repeat of what we've had the last two nets in regards to the Lakewood and the Wheat Ridge siren test. The Lakewood siren test will be held on the 26th of May, and that's on a Wednesday at 11 in the morning. And we're in the process of compiling the participants from 2 years ago because we didn't have one last year. And we'll be in contact with you here probably about starting a week prior to the siren test to get you signed up and make sure everybody's available. And things are improving, I guess. I've talked to Jesse over at Lakewood, and it looks like the facility there is opening up somewhat, so it looks like we can have some refreshments. We're still trying to see how the best way to handle that so that we can maintain the protection against COVID. But that's good news. So we've got a little bit of time to go yet, so hopefully that'll continue to open up, and we hope the same will happen then at Wheat Ridge as well. The Wheat Ridge siren test will be on the 9th of June. That again is on a Wednesday, and the siren test goes off at 11 a.m. So we'll be in touch with you as well. But if you've not participated in a siren test and you would like to, you can get in touch with me. You can either send an email or call me. My email is Kilo Zero Tango Oscar Romeo at ARRL.net, and we'll certainly get you on the list. And if you like call by phone, it's 303-798-2351. So it's not a complicated exercise, but it's a good public service and enjoyable. And we always hope for best weather, so it's not something that has to have good weather, but it sure makes it much more enjoyable. So anyways, if you're interested in that, if you let us know, we'd be glad to get you involved, explain what goes on and such. All right, make one more call. Any other information or business for the net, please call now. All right, do we have any late check-ins? Please call now. All right, I'll go through and review next weekend's contests and upcoming Hamfest. Unfortunately, we don't have any Hamfest that are going to be held here in the near term, so we keep an eye on it and see how that continues. But COVID still has things pretty much restricted, so hopefully that's going to open up as well. As far as the contest coming up this next weekend, the first one we have is the Day of the YLs contest. That begins on May 8th at 01 hours Zulu and goes through May 9th until 23:59 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 2 meters. And that's a CW and phone contest. Next we have the SARL VHF UHF digital contest. That begins on May 8th at 0500 hours Zulu, goes through May 9th until 1100 hours Zulu. That's on 6 through 23 centimeters, and that's a digital contest. Next we have the C2-M International DX contest. That begins on May 8th at 1200 hours Zulu, goes through May 9th until 11:59 hours Zulu. That's on 160 through 10 meters, and that's a CW and phone contest. Next, we have the Volta Worldwide RTTY contest. That begins on May 8th at 1200 hours Zulu, goes through May 9th until 1200 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 10 meters, and of course that's a digital contest. Next, we have the SKCC Weekend Sprintathon. It begins on May 8th at 1200 hours Zulu, goes through May 9th until 23:59 hours Zulu. That's on 160 through 6 meters. That's a CW contest. Next, we have the Arkansas QSO Party. That begins on May 8th at 1400 hours Zulu, goes through May 9th until 0200 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 2 meters. That's a CW and phone contest. And next we have the 50 megahertz Spring Sprint. It begins on May 8th at 2300 hours Zulu, goes through May 9th until 0300 hours Zulu. That's on 6 meters, and that's a CW phone and digital contest. And lastly, we have the WAB 7 megahertz phone CW contest, and that begins on May 9th at 1000 hours Zulu, goes through May 9th until 1400 hours Zulu, and that's on 40 meters. That's a CW and phone contest. And a couple reminders. The High Noon Net, they meet daily at 12 noon, where the early check-ins begin at 11:30. They meet on a frequency of 7.240 megahertz on the 40-meter band. And the Salvation Army Saturnet, they meet at 1500 hours Zulu. That's 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And they meet Monday through Saturday on a frequency of 14.265 megahertz, which is on a 20-meter band. And the Denver Radio Club maintains the following repeaters for use by all radio amateurs: the 147.330 megahertz with a positive offset, the 145.490 megahertz with a negative offset, the 224.380 megahertz with a negative offset, the 449.350 megahertz with a negative offset, the 448.625 megahertz with a negative offset, the 447.825 megahertz with a negative offset, our digital turbo repeater operating on Brandmeister on 446.7875 megahertz with a negative offset, and our C4 FM digital repeater on 449.775 megahertz with a negative offset. The 447.825 megahertz repeater is configured for narrowband FM, and that requires a digital coded squelch of 073. There are two repeaters on 147.330 megahertz. The repeater in Lakewood requires a 100 hertz PO tone, and a second repeater located east near Franktown requires a 131.8 hertz PO tone. We have a second repeater on the same frequency out east to improve coverage along the Front Range and into the canyons. However, having two repeaters on the same frequency that have different frequency propagations, we ask that you monitor the frequency to ensure neither is in use prior to making your call. The 449.350 megahertz repeater provides wide area coverage, and this repeater hosts our Echolink station, W0TX, node number 4140. And the 448.625 megahertz repeater is linked with the 145.490 megahertz repeater. The repeater on 449.775 is now a C4 FM digital only repeater, and each repeater requires a 100 hertz PO tone for activation except as noted, and each uses standard offsets. And for packet, we have the 145.050 megahertz gateway on 2 meters that is interconnected with the 14.105 megahertz gateway on 20 meters for packet QSO. And we have a 6-meter repeater on 53.09 megahertz with an input on 52.09 megahertz with a required 107.2 hertz PO tone. Your support of the Denver Radio Club is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to participate in any of the many club activities, please contact our club president, Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV. And I'd like to take this opportunity to again welcome K0STR Russell. It's a new tech, and we hope you'll continue to join us here on Sunday Night Net. And I'd like to thank everyone for checking to the Denver Radio Club Net tonight. Your support is greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a great week. 7-3. And tonight we had a total of 37 check-ins, and the Denver Radio Club W0TX Net is now closed at 9:10, and available. The repeater is available for regular use. This is K0TR Net Control Station, and please stand by a moment while I return the PL tone to the repeater.
PL on.
And this K02R. I am clear. Good evening to all.
K0TOR, KD0DUJ.
KD0DUJ, yes, Chris, go ahead. This is K02R.
I think it was last week. I was out on my walk, and I heard from Brendan, wondering if I'd be at the siren test. I said, yeah, on the 26th. I said, I'll be there for both of them. So, looking forward to it.
Very good. We appreciate your help, Chris.
No problem. Looking forward to the 26th, because that one I can get to pretty easy.
Very good. Glad to hear that. And we'll look forward to seeing you. Glad to get back in action here. That's been a long dry spell, so we'll see you then.
All right, sounds good, Jim. I look forward to seeing you. K0TOR, KD0DUJ, I'm clear in 7-3.
Very good, Chris. 7-3 to you. This is KD0DUJ, this is K0TR, and I am clear.
K0TOR, this is K0STR.
K0STR, yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to thank you for the welcome and everything. It was nice listening to the net, and I really am interested in the show on Wednesday, the 18th, I guess it is, because I need a lot of information about stealth antenna.